Notion by the Rare Occasions is a song I'm talking you through today. If you could like and subscribe to this channel, that would help me out tremendously. And if you also want the full notated drum score, I'll leave a link in the description below. So like all my tutorials, I'm going to play it up to speed first of all, and then I'm going to break it down with on-screen notation and just go through it real slow so you know exactly what's being played. I'm going to go through it step by step. We start off with this 16th note hi-hat pattern. Have a listen to it first. It goes like this. So it's quite fast to start off with. It's quite an exciting song to play on the kit. There's quite a lot going on, but this first bit, we've got 16th notes on the hi-hat. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, all hand to hand, one hand after the other. But you notice that little arrow on beats 2 and on beats 4. This means an accent, which means play louder. So we're going to go 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. We do this for 7 bars, and then on the 8th bar it goes 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, 4. And then it moves on to the next section. Now the next section we're building up gradually. We've now got a kick on the 1, 2, 3, 4, and that really drives the feel of this song. We've got 6 bars again of these 16th notes with the accent on the 2 and the 4. Have a listen to what it sounds like first of all. It goes like this. So no accent to start with, just the hands. We're going to go 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. Add the foot. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. And again, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So the kick is on the right hand, so on the first group of every 4 16th notes basically. You could count Coca-Cola, 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 Coca-Cola. But obviously when it gets up to speed, it's almost impossible to count it that fast. With the accent on the 2 and the 4, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. And again, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. And like I said, it does that 6 times. Now we can do exactly the same thing but on the snare drum, still with a kick on the 1, 2, 3, 4. Accent is still on the 2 and the 4, and then at the end of this snare section we've got this stab section between hi-hat, snare and kick, and it does exactly the same as the whole band. It's a 2-bar kind of stab phrase if you like. Have a listen to this section and then we'll break it down. It goes like this. So we've got 7.5 bars to start with of this semi-quaver or 16th note pattern on the snare. So exactly the same as a hi-hat. So actually once you've got the hi-hat, like intro if you like the beginning grooves, this snare drum pattern should be the same. So it's going to go slowly. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. On the 8th bar, so repeat that that phrase 7 times. On the 8th bar, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, 4, and then we do 6 more bars of them 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. And then we've got this 2 bars of like this stab section that the whole band play. Now we've got a slightly open hi-hat here. I'm going to play it closed for now. We're going to go 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. So we've got hi-hat, snare and kick together. That's the first bar. Let's do it again. 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. The second bar goes 1 and 2 and 3. So a rest on beat 1. 1 and 2 and 3. Let's do 2 bars in a row. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and rest and 2 and 3. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Then we get to my favourite part in this track. It's like a bass and drum instrumental kind of breakdown section where the drums and the bass, to be fair, kind of solo. It's quite tricky, it's quite exciting. I play it up to speed first of all, and then I break it down. So have a listen. Goes like this. So we've got loads going on here, so let's go through it one bar at a time. The first bar, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, a flam on the floor tom, one hand slightly in front of the other with the kick. Second bar, we're going to go 1, 2 and 3, 4. Third bar, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 E and a. Fourth bar, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and the last bar, the top line goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and got a little floor tom in there. Let's do all of the top line. So after 3 we've got that floor tom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 E and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Line 2 goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Second bar, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 E and a. Third bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then a slightly tricky bar on the last bar of line 2, 1 E and 2 and 3 and snare, snare, floor, floor. Let's do all of line 2. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Second bar, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 E and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Last bar, 1 E and 2 and 3 and 4 E and all hand to hand on that floor tom. Does go to the right, you can see the notation. I'm just going to play all on the hi-hat so you can hear what's going on. Line 3 goes 1, 2 and 3, 4. Second bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Goes to the floor tom. Third bar, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Fourth bar, 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. That's a tricky bar. Let's do that fourth bar of line 3. 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. And the last bar goes 1, 2 and 3, 4. And then we've got the very last bar. We're going to go, or the very last line, 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Let's do that last line again. We're going to go 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. And then the last 2 bars, snare and floor tom, we're going to go 1 and 2 and and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Real tricky this is, but if you just break it down, going for it real slow and build it up, that's just the way to do it if you're struggling. Then we go to a funky kind of groove. Have a listen to this section. Goes like this. I'm going to play all on the hi-hat slowly. So from bar 1, we're going to go 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it actually repeats these first 2 bars like a few times. So let's just do these first 2 bars again. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Obviously the extra snares make this quite funky, but also the second bar doesn't have a bass drum on beat 1, so that gives it that funky vibe as well. But it also makes it a little bit tricky if you're always used to playing the bass on beat 1. So sing the first 2 bars again and then we'll carry on. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and second bar 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and third bar 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Last line 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the last bar goes 1 and 2 and 3. That's quite a nice little feel, that is. Hand to hand. 1 and 2 and 3. And then we move into the next section. This part of the song, it's an instrumental again, it's on the ride cymbal, does actually remind me of the James Bond theme. So let me know in your comments if you can hear that too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars, and then it kind of continues and kind of like ad-libs and improvises around the same kind of thing. Have a listen to it first of all. Goes like this. Let's break it down. Here we go. 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. Second bar 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. Second line 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2. 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. Second bar from the end, you notice a couple of little notes before the floor tom. It's just a drag. It's where you kind of bounce the first note before the main note. Then it just continues. The whole band kind of play around with this same pattern. It is quite easy to hear this if you listen to the track. And then like the drummer just adds a couple of tiny little bits, nothing crazy, but just a few subtle things, a few crashes and things. And then it moves on to the next section. And this is almost the last kind of groove I want to go through. It's just like a 60s rock and roll beat. Have a listen to it and then I'll break it down. So we've got 7 bars of this. We've got a double snare on the 2 and the and of the 2. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and last time 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then it kind of plays around with rhythms and grooves that we've already talked about, so you should be able to hear the track by now and kind of resemble what we've done and just kind of like recognise what we've already played. The very last 2 bars, we've got a whole bunch of triplets pretty much on the crash cymbal. We've got 12 beats in total. The whole band do it literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that is your track, that is your song. So it is a hard track. Don't get me wrong, it really is a hard play. You're going to know once you've played this, it's quite a workout, it's real fast on them hands. But once you have got it, it's super fun. So let me know how you've got on, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.